This is not another buzzword of the marketing guys. This is actually how your guests and members perceive their interactions with your golf club and your employees. And today, and this is inherently subjective and dynamic at the same time, because we all know that customer needs vary depending on time and context. Today, millions of customer experiences are competing for clients, and this is why we cannot afford to make any mistakes, because they will choose another experience instead of coming to play a golf. And I dare to say that the only factor differentiating today a successful golf club from the others is the customer experience. Just to find a proof for it, Gartner research says that by next year, customer experience will overtake price and product as a brand differentiator. So I know how eager you are, how much you want to sell more tee times membership events at your golf club. But don't forget to align your promises with the actual available customer experience in your golf club. Because in the moment they found out there's a gap between them, you can be 100% sure that they will not come back to you, and they will share a negative experience with their friends and relatives, and it's not good for your business, as we know. At the same time, I must say that everybody is coming to a golf club with certain perceived expectations and imaginations, and that's okay. We are living in the social media world. We have so many sources of information, but let's try to exceed their expectation. Let's understand their needs and expectations to succeed, especially focusing on 3 areas: the success, and efforts, and emotions. Wow, a difference in the voice now. Finally. So all this information I would collect into a Voice of the Customer program. I hope many of you already have something similar in your golf club, but if not, then it's a good way. Any guess what is 87% is? No? This is the percentage of people who are actually ready to pay even 20% more just to get exceptional customer experience. So when you are investing in customer experience, you can be sure that your customers will invest you as well. Oh, it's working. Okay. So to be able to achieve our goals, we have to provide exceptional customer experience. We must understand who our customers are. And here at the beginning, I would like to clarify, there's no such thing as a typical or average golf club customer, because everybody is unique by his goals, desires, and needs. There are 4 major expectations from a customer experience strategy. One is the personalization. It's actually about recognizing the uniqueness of the customers. Today, they doesn't tolerate if you don't send something them. It's not highly customized to his needs and goals and desires. I use the word ease, but I could say effortless. Maybe it's a much better word to express this demand. Don't cause them break their head. Don't make the processes, the activities difficult for them, because they will quit immediately. Also, we are now used to to get everything by a single click. So let's have an effortless and speedy service in our golf clubs. 4th, empowered employees. They have the biggest impact on customer experience because they are in daily connection with our members and guests. So take them seriously. And I haven't written here the 5th, actually, is the change in the organizational culture to become customer committed. How many of you heard about Google's terminology, the micro moments? I hope it's more. So these, thank you. These are the moments when people ask such types of questions: what, why, when, where type of questions. And when you're not able to answer their questions, you can be sure that they will go to your competitors or do something else. And this is not a service issue, it's a customer experience issue, because in these moments, they are actually expressing their openness or willingness to make business with you, whether it's just to learn about your services, your place, or even about membership offers or any other things. So take it seriously. I don't want to invest too much time on the effortless aspect of the customer experience development, but I'm sure you enjoy when you can check in and check out in a hotel or book a table through your mobile. Okay, still working. So these are just a few examples of what can make really happy people and really effortless. And yes, so as I already said, that our employees have got the biggest impact on customer experience, and that's why it's so important to empower them with the right knowledge, the right tools and processes to help them to impress our guests and members. At the same time, they are also an excellent source of information if you want to learn about customers' needs and expectations. So talk with them frequent, even daily basis, to understand at what customer touch point we are doing well or not so well, where we could improve. And they can also help you, of course, to sell more services to our guests and members. I collected 5 issues that I believe have a huge impact on the future of work. One is mobility. Today, we want to have access regardless where we are and whenever we would like to get access to the information and people. And this is a big change in comparison with the previous years. Today, we are in a very nice, interesting situation that 5 different generations are working in the market. And from next year, I'm expecting that millennials will be representing half of the workforce in almost every country, especially in Europe and the States. I've already mentioned technologies to you, how it will affect our work. Dow Jones Intelligence study found most recently that the top 3 reasons why companies are investing in technology is about improving efficiency, productivity, and here comes the interesting factor, is to attract and retain the best talents for their job. So next time when you are thinking about using a new technology, then think about how it will impact on the employee experience. And the behaviors, yes, social and mobile technology at least are influence a lot on how we conduct our job, how we build relationships, and many other areas of our life. Globalization. Today, it's not a big thing that if we say, I'm moving to a new continent or a new country to work. It was so difficult a few years ago, but now it's a normal thing. And here, I haven't written here, but I must highlight it. Manpower groups had a survey called the Talent Shortage Survey, which found that 38% of companies worldwide are not able to filling jobs with highly skilled workers. I don't know if you have such a problem. I asked for this presentation my friend who is working at a British headhunting company, a recruitment company, and he thinks that the skill gap is now not as worse as it used to be, but the problem is now is the attitude and the behavior of the workers. And one more gap issue here is that we don't know what kind of skills we will need in the coming years. So, to understand why we are talking today about employee experience and not about employee engagement or productivity or something else, we have to understand the process where it started. So let's go back to the beginning of the 20th century, where most employers only cared about productivity to produce more and more and more and more. Then they started to understand after a while that, okay, that's nice, but it's not profitable. So let's improve the efficiency of what we are doing. Then around the early 90s, it came a change in the mindset. So if we want to be competitive, if we want to retain the best talent and retain the best one, we must invest do some kind of investment in our employees. And give you just an understanding why it's so crucial to invest in employees and put your employees first. Gallup's found that the global employee engagement rate is around 15% globally. In the EU level, it's 6.9%. In Finland, it's 6.8%. Sweden, it's 6.7%. Estonia, I think it's 7. Norway, it's 7.2. So it tells me at least that we don't really enjoy what we are doing. To understand the complexity, why it's so challenging to provide compelling and sustainable experience, just look at this chart that I brought to you. Let's call the person inside, let's call it Kimmo, for instance, or Antti maybe. In the white circles, you see the classic steps of an employee journey. And just a reminder, people today are really picky. So our task is beginning at the very beginning when they're just considering to join our club, and try to impress them and convince them that yes, you're on the right track, I'm a great employer, and this is the best place for you. And you see in the blue circles around it how many other things are influencing on their experience. Plus, at the let's see, gray. I think it's gray. Yeah. Certainly, you will see the other things that the mission statement, the values of the golf club, that all have the effect on it, and we have to manage all of them if we want to succeed. I define these as the top 5 principles of employee experience. First is that let's treat our workers our employees not just as workers. Let's understand that everybody is in pursuit of purpose and connection on social, emotional, and intellectual level. Put your employees first. Care as much about your employees as about your kids. And similar to customer acquisition cases, we also have to understand what our employees' needs and expectations, goals, motivations in life, and offer them the most relevant career plans and compensation packages. Another technique from the previous part of this presentation is the journey mapping. This will be a great opportunity for you to ask such tough questions from your employees. What would they say about me as an employer? What is my employer brand is all about? Would they recommend a vacant position of my golf club? What would they recommend their friends to come and play golf or have a wedding in our golf club or not? And many other simulations, or maybe, am I attracting the right talents? Who is the right talent for my golf club? Just a few simple questions. And here I brought to you 14 things that I believe that are really crucial to today's employees. I would like to highlight 2 things. One is the being appreciated and valued. Do you know what is the difference between being recognized and appreciated? Any guess? Okay. So being recognized is not about the person, it's about the person's work, and it's something that happened in the past. While being appreciated, it's about the person himself. Prove that on a daily basis that there's a meaning, they are doing a meaningful job. And another typical complaint actually that they don't know where the company or the golf club is heading to. So you have to involve them and explain them what are your future plans so they feel much more engaged with you. And now I hope all these made up your mind and you found it interesting and useful and implementable in your golf club. I brought you 8 examples that can you do even from tomorrow or Monday as you wish, because they are free of charge, or you don't have to invest too much. Just go ahead and read it. Start to collect information about employees, not spying on them, but to understand much better who they are. Start to think about what kind of tools or knowledge you will need to implement these changes and for this project, but also ask questions. What is the diversity level of my team? Why certain team is performing better than the other ones, etc., etc. And of course, don't forget to convince the management or the owners yes, that it's not a waste of money, it's the future. And if you want to have really high net promoter scores and impress guests and members, then it's a must-have. And kiitos paljon. Thank you.